Hello everyone, we've just received a delivery at the Lair of a brand new board game which some of you may or may not have heard of called Horrified. Now, any of you who follow Gary Pullen's work will maybe recognise the artwork on the front, which is when we first discovered about this new board game published by Ravensburger. Gary Pullen's done all the artwork for this board game. And we were under the impression it wasn't coming to the UK, and sure enough, it did. We've managed to get some, and which will be on sale very soon. But I thought I would bring it home because I thought I had a couple of people here who might like to play it. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, just thought we'd show you it first. So here we go. Here is Horrified, published by Ravensburger. As I say, great artwork here from Gary Pullen. He's actually, the detail around the box is lovely. We've got different, different Universal Monsters characters on each side. So at that point, I should say this is an officially licensed Universal Studios Monsters game. And the idea, so I'm given to understand, is the village is under attack by Dracula, the mummy, Frankenstein's monster and his bride. We also have the creature from the Black Lagoon. Who else did you see?
The Invisible Man.
Yeah, well, on here. Not. So we've got the Invisible Man and we've got the mummy as well. So should we just have a quick look inside? Ooh, can't get it open now. Here we go. Right. So, there's the instructions. There's lots of instructions here. So we need to familiarise ourselves with that.
You have to read the whole thing.
Well, I will.
Yes.
We have the board, which comes with a warning that it might be quite scary. Nice fold-out board. I love the smell of a new board game.
I know.
Can you smell it?
It just smells weird.
It smells weird, right. And there we go. There's the board. I have already prepared some of this. So in here we have some, I think they're called task tiles. And then we've got what?
Cardboard.
Sorry?
There's so much cardboard.
Yeah, it's a.
Games had that much cardboard.
Well, it's quite a nice. Ravensburger are really good at this sort of thing. That's really nice quality.
Yeah.
There, but we've got some great pieces here for the monsters.
Some purple, some green, some red, and
Yes. So there we go. We have
Mummy.
the mummy.
Wait, what? I don't know there's a mummy in it.
I said a mummy.
Ah.
We have Dracula.
I was going to say a bat, because it looks like a bat.
We have Frankenstein. Joseph doing his best Frankenstein, which was fairly similar to his mummy and his Dracula. We have Frankenstein's bride. This is going to be interesting. We have the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Trying to act out what they're doing.
Sorry?
Joe's trying to act out what they're doing.
I know, I think he is. We have Wolfman. And we also have the Invisible Man. So this states that it's for ages 10 and up. Joseph is
10. I'm 7.
So you're going to play with Mummy, aren't you?
Yeah.
But Mummy didn't want to come on the camera, did she?
No.
No. So, and Mummy's 40. I'm 44. So I think I'm all right, aren't I?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it says 1 to 5 players, which I think is really interesting. It does have a solo play mode, which I think's a great idea.
Yeah,
so
if you really want to play the game and then your friend's really done and it's like a new game, so you're like, I really want to try it out. So then your friends don't want to, and they want to play a different one. So you can just play it by yourself.
Yes. So, it states that it takes about an hour. So we are going to have a look at this, figure out the rules, have a play, and then we'll come back to you and tell you what we thought. Should we do that?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Right. See you on the other side. Hello everyone. Well, we've just finished playing Horrified, the new board game from Ravensburger. I think you can tell that Joseph was quite excited. And did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you?
Yeah.
It's a great game. It's really, really good. We've really enjoyed playing it. What is really interesting about this game is you're not actually competing against each other. They call it a cooperative game. So throughout the game, we were talking to each other all the time, and you're working together rather than against each other. So there are one of 7 hero cards. So you play as a hero, and there are also villagers who are around the game. They're placed into the game at certain points that you're indicated at. So you play as heroes to defeat the monsters. So what is really, really interesting about this game is that there are lots of different permutations of the game. So we started off, as per the instructions, with 2 monsters in play. We were playing with the creature and Dracula. So the point of the game was to defeat them. And there are 2 parts to that. So you have to, first you have to complete a task. With the creature, you had to get to the lair. And then once you've got to the lair, you then have to find the creature and defeat him. And with the Dracula, you had to find and break up 4 of his coffins, and then you had to find him and defeat him. So that's what we've done in our game. But there are, how many monsters? I can't remember.
I think there's like 5.
There are 7 monsters. So there's lots of different versions of this game that you can play. So every time you play it, it's going to be a bit different because you're going to have different tasks to play. We went through the instructions. Yep. That took us 45 minutes, didn't it? It took us quite some time to go through the instructions, and we were a bit worried it was going to be a bit complicated. You didn't really understand it at first, did you?
And then at the end, it just goes through what you just said in like a shorter version.
Sort of. So there's lots of intricacies to the game, but actually it's nowhere near as complicated as a 45-minute read of the instructions might indicate. Once you've played a couple of moves, it gets quite simple, but it's quite a strategic game. And we really liked it from that point of view, that we weren't arguing amongst each other.
Yeah, because when you like have different games where you're against each other, you're like, I'm gonna win.
Absolutely. And in that respect, we thought it made a really good family game.
Yeah.
Now, I think I said earlier that the box suggests ages 10 and up. Emily, how old are you?
7.
7. And you were all right, weren't you?
Yeah.
But you played with Mummy though, didn't you?
Yeah, but like it was easier than you would thought, because like you could probably play it by yourself even if you weren't 10, because it's actually easy.
Is it? My daughter is also very modest, aren't you?
I don't even know, I don't.
And what did you think, Joseph?
I really enjoyed it because you've got to work out ways to complete it with your special abilities, and you've got to do teamwork to like get rid of coffins
And monsters and
Yeah.
things.
And it's hard when you have to save villages and defeat.
Yeah.
So there's lots of things to think about,
Yeah.
isn't there? And you have to think ahead.
Yeah.
So we really liked it. We really enjoyed it. So the game is great, but the setup's really nice. The artwork on the board is nice. There's even really nice artwork on. Let me just show you one of the cards. So that's one of the creature cards. The artwork on here is lovely. The artwork on these perk cards, is really nice as well. Really, really lovely artwork throughout. I mean, this picture of the creature here is exactly what any horror fan is going to want to see depicted by a Universal's Monsters product. So in that respect, I think that this is absolutely a must for any horror fan, particularly if you like board games, but really stands up to the Universal Monsters Legends. It really does them justice. It really brings the game to life in a really good, fun way. The makers of this board game have really thought about this. We've really enjoyed it, and I don't think it's going to be long before we play it again.
No.
What do you think, Mummy?
Yeah.
Mummy didn't want to be on camera. But you enjoyed it, didn't you? She says yes. You know, a bit like Penn and Teller. You know, Teller never says anything.
You were on camera.
Yeah, but
So, back to the game. We really enjoyed it. Take some time, if you are playing this game, take some time to get used to the instructions. It will take some time the first time you play it. But I think when we get this board game out again, which we definitely will, won't we?
yeah.
We're definitely going to play this game again. I think we'll find it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, big thumbs up from us. Emily's only given it one thumbs up. So, brilliant. I mean, so this is now available on our website, www.madabouthorror.co.uk, made by Ravensburger Games. Again, have a look at that artwork. Really, really lovely artwork on there. And again, on the back. So there you go. Horrified. Are we horrified?
No.
No. We're not horrified by this horrific game. We absolutely love it. So give it a go. See you later. Bye-bye.